Up, everybody? Welcome to our live Steelers pregame show here on Mike Drop Sports. Appreciate you all for stopping through. If you're not watching it now, you can watch it later, and make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here. I truly appreciate it. And let's make sure too that I have this set right. Hold on. I don't know if I set this to public, guys. I need to make sure that I did. Hold on. I'm not sure that I did, guys. We'll see. Hopefully, I was trying to get it back there and make sure that I did set it to public. I'll bring it up in YouTube and make sure that I did. Hopefully, I did. We'll see. But I did bring up Steelers week 6. I wanted to get that. But we are here in week 6 ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. So we will double check this all, that I have this all set right, because I don't know if I do or not. I think I have it. Yeah, I think I have it set to public. Okay. What's up, Justin Medekey? What's up, James? How are you, my friend? How are you, Justin? Appreciate you guys for stopping through. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us, guys, here on Steel City Live, our live Pittsburgh Steelers pregame show. Again, here we are, man, cranking along. We're going to check out the Steelers Inactives here for week 6 ahead of a 4:05 kickoff for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we will dive into that. I want to get YouTube fired up here, make sure I can see comments over here on that side of the things. I want you guys to also put your score predictions in there. James did. I'm going to write James down 27-10. James B. I always like to write these down every week, guys. 27-10. We'll see. Maybe Sean will join me for the post-game show. We'll see what happens with that. If he's available. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. We'll see what happens. What's up, Biz? How are you, my friend? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go, man. Let's freaking get it done. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. I killed the volume. I wanted to bring it up because I bring up the chat over there sometimes, and I like to use that chat. But yeah, definitely. Again, guys, welcome to our Steelers pregame show. If you're not watching it now, you can watch it later. And we are live here with another week 6 show here. This week, I feel like, has been one of those weeks that, you just don't feel so good. You just don't feel right about this football team. And then there's moments where you're looking around and you're saying to yourself, maybe this team can rebound this week. Maybe this team will be able to get it done. But we'll see. It's definitely... What's up, Kingston? How are you, man? How are you, buddy? Yeah, but this has been one of those weird weeks, guys. A very weird week. So we'll see exactly what's happening here with the Steelers. Again, I want to look at their inactive players. Sometimes it's hard for me to bring it up. Steelers versus Raiders, projected inactives. We wanted today's inactives. Steelers inactives for week 6 versus Buccaneers. No, wrong one. We don't want that one. Steelers inactives is what we want. Steelers injury report inactives live. That's it. That's what we want. Oh, thanks, Biz, man. 17-14 for Biz. Truly appreciate that super chat, Biz. Appreciate you, brother. You always come through with nice stuff, man. I truly value that and appreciate that. Definitely much respect, my friend. Yeah, Biz says 17-14 Steelers. I could see this game very easily going in the direction that Biz says right there, 17-14. That's actually more along the lines of what I'm feeling probably will be the case. It's just crazy to think that all of a sudden they just have this monster offensive explosion. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be easing back into it yet again. And I know that's not what everybody wants or what everybody wants to hear. But after 2 tough losses, I can see Mike Tomlin, putting the training wheels back on, or leaving them on still, trying to get this offense into a little bit of a rhythm. And little does he know, in my opinion, I think getting in rhythm for Justin Fields in this offense is by creating tempo, creating pace, allowing Justin to work with his athletic abilities and do those things outside of the pocket that, will get him moving, will get him going. And that is exactly what the Steelers have to do. My only fear here today is with Russell Wilson looming, guys. guys. Russell Wilson looming in the back here as quarterback two. It makes you really feel uneasy for Justin Fields because will Mike Tomlin make the mistake of just pulling him or pulling Justin at halftime, destroying that confidence? And the Steelers tend not to score very many points in the first half. And does that, just cause Mike Tomlin to throw Russell back out there? I just don't think that that's the proper way to handle this situation. I just really don't. Challenger 16, all bets are off. No confidence in this team. I'm not that far yet, Challenger, and I can see why you are. I can't blame you. I can't fault you for it. And definitely, it's something that becomes a little bit worrisome here after two straight losses to teams and games in which you felt as a Steelers fan, in which I feel as a podcast guy that the Steelers should have won. I really do. And they had their opportunities to win those games. Even in Indianapolis, when they fell behind, they still had opportunities to win that game. And then against Dallas, they have the lead late, putting him in the situation that Mike Tomlin loves oh so much, letting the defense out there to seal the game. And they weren't able to get it done. Minkah Fitzpatrick just a couple feet away from recovering a fumble on an awesome play by Landon Roberts. It's just sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way in those situations. And if you're Mike Tomlin, you can't constantly be putting this team in those situations to where it's a nail biter every single week. You can't live and die by that each week, man. You have to have some games where you come out and have some sort of resemblance of an NFL offense, some sort of resemblance of a real true NFL scheme on both sides of the football, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides of the football. I think that there's some issues, man, and the Steelers hopefully corrected those this week. Let's get through the Week 6 inactives just first. If you can make sure you're hitting a shit out of that like button for us here on our live Steelers pregame here, only on Mike Drop Sports. We truly appreciate it. Oh, my Lord. This is from last year. Why am I getting Raiders? I'm getting last year, Week 6, Arizona. Like, what in the hell, dude? It just makes no sense sometimes with the internet. Like, damn well, and no one's Google searching who was inactive last year. And if they are, they're going to specifically put 2023, man. I just had a game. We just came from our youth game. So definitely was something cool for us today. So we got a win. We won 34-0. Good performance by the boys. Really starting to throw the ball around, really starting to do the things necessary. I still got to figure out how to get my big boys up front to be more consistent. They did better at times this week. They did a little bit worse at times. The mixture was just definitely not. They didn't put a whole one together, but we'll see how that all transpires here. Guys, I have no clue why I'm not getting Week 6 inactives 2024 maybe. Maybe I need to be that ultra specific. Maybe. Oh, shit. But you guys put your comments, questions, and concerns in the chat. Let me catch up on the chat. Justin Meneke, is Roman Wilson playing today? I'm trying to find that, man. I'm trying to find that. Week 6. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Roman Wilson, latest update. Let me see, Justin. I just got to double check because I didn't have time to really get into anything other than coming and talking to you guys. So I just want to verify before I say anything. Let's see. Is Roman Wilson playing today? We have yet to get confirmation about the team, about Roman Wilson's status. We'll know if he's active for the Steelers release or inactives. Oh, that's why I can't find it, guys. It's not an hour and a half yet before kickoff. We'll find that. The inactives will be out here soon. We won't know that until the very last minute, I'm assuming. Daniel Warman, what's up, man? Hey, buddy. I think that the Steelers are going to beat the Raiders 33-17. That's from Daniel Warman. Good to see you, buddy. Daniel W. My son today had two good catches out of the backfield on screenplays, and they both got called back for blocking the back, and they were about 25-yard touchdowns and juking the shit out of people. It was really cool. I felt bad for him, but he got a little payback because he costed get it earlier in the season 2 touchdowns for holding. So, yeah, he got a little payback for that today. Radas QB, the Radas. I like that. Okay, I like that. I don't know. I think they'll be okay with that. James Bauman, hopefully we have no Terrell Pryor moments. Yeah, we don't want to see that again. That was crazy. Challenger says 16-13 for the Steelers. That's from Challenger. All right. Brent, what's up, man? I like the long format, by the way. How you doing, buddies? You like this format or the other one? I'm not sure what you meant by long. Like long form in terms of my other stuff? Or what? Aiden O'Connell beat KC last season. Yeah, I mean, every team loses. We'll see. He's no O'Donnell. Challenger 16, I heard he was inactive. That's not released until an hour and a half before the game. Well, I think we're there. I haven't found it just yet. So we'll have to see. I'm going to keep refreshing it. It should be popping up here, I would assume. Douglas Ball, got to get the W today. Absolutely. Brent, 17-10 Steelers. That's from Brent. We'll see what happens here. These are good score predictions, guys. Very knowledgeable, I think. Challenger 16, your team won 34-0. Maybe you should replace Tomlin. Our team at 9, we have 9-year-olds running a spread offense with about 13, 14 different audibles out of that. And they have like 3 or 4 other formations that they know that they can run, where we can come into a monster, a beast mode type offense that's heavy on one side with multiple lead blockers. We also have the Maryland eye. We also have a power eye, basic power eye with an offset back, a true power eye. With 3 backs in the backfield. We also have a double tight end set. So maybe like 5 sets. Yeah, something like that. We run out of a pistol with a triangle in the back, 2 side cars to either side of the quarterback, with the fullback actually playing as the deep tailback, which we run a lot of motions and a lot of weird cattywampus fakes out of. So yeah, man, they do run a lot, and I probably put a little bit too much on them. And I just want them to be really good. That's all. Douglas Ball. Douglas says 23-13 Steelers. That's from Big Douglas. Douglas Ball. I should just start screenshotting them, but sometimes it messes up when I do that. James Bauman, I do believe Tomlin has a losing record against the Raiders. I think you might be right. I didn't look it up, though. I think you might be right, James. Brent, long picture. I don't like the other live format. Oh, you don't like the other live format? Yeah. Viewership definitely went up last show when we went back to this, and I'm not saying that it was any better or any worse, but when you're in the shorts feed, you get a lot more new users or new viewers that can stumble onto the show that way. And when you guys are cranking the likes up and things of that nature, it helps project it out there. Stab Master, here we go. That's from Stab Master. Derpy Entertainment. I'm just trying to enjoy the game. I'm not worried or considering half Raiders team is out. Yeah, guys, that is something, and I think Derpy is right. Sit back, enjoy this game, and whatever it is, it is. And I tried to explain that to my son even on the way home. To be good at football, to be good at a sport like football, you have to be able to be, one, confident. We know that. But besides confidence, you have to know what you're doing. That's what breeds the confidence. And you have to play loose, fast, and free. And I say that constantly. But that is so, so true. Loose, fast, free. Those are the words to live by if you were a football player, in my opinion. And that's just me over the years looking at the game and looking at what I feel like players do best, or when they do best. And that is when they are out there and they are loose, they are confident, they're playing fast. Those are the things that the Steelers should be focusing on. They are professionals. Yes, they should be at the highest quality of athlete that there is. Yes, we all know that. So work on the things that are going to make you better, give you those little edges. Be ultra confident. Do more study in the books, man, in the film room. Be a real film rat. Be involved, man, with your teammates to be very comfortable and very loose with them. That's what it takes, man. And I hope the Steelers start to figure that out. You're already more innovative than Tomlin then? Yeah, we probably do run a little bit more sets than they do. But enjoy the game, guys. Don't get too wrapped up into the craziness. Just enjoy it. Brent, now that Mayfield is in Tampa and everything that has gone on since Mayfield has left the Browns, do the Steelers fans root for Baker, or is the rivalry that deep in the Steel City? I root for Baker because I felt like he's beat the odds. Everybody counted him out. Everybody ditched him out of the Cleveland, and I thought that was a major decision that was on the wrong side of the coin, man. If you ask me, I thought the Browns did a shitty job there. They went out and they overpaid for a Deshaun Watson that was already in tremendous amount of turmoil and controversy. A guy that was already going down the back side of his NFL life anyway. A guy that was mid-career and dealing with something that, many people don't deal with in their life. 99% of people don't deal with in their life because they're not pervs. Why invite all that when you have a guy in Baker Mayfield that was getting you to the playoffs, that was winning a playoff game here and there, that was doing the things necessary in order to build a winner? Why get rid of that for somebody that you don't know what's going to go on with them? I think Baker needs to be applauded for that, and I'll root for him. TD says 20-17. That's from TD. Good predictions, guys. Good predictions. James Bauman, without Herbig and Highsmith, they need to generate pressure from the D-line. Absolutely, James. The D-line is going to be of utmost importance today, considering the losses at the outside linebacker position. What that is going to mean for the Steelers pass rush. And the defensive line, led by Cameron Hayward, has to really produce today. There can't be any excuses. There can't be any missteps by them. They have to really be able to bring it, man, this week. And also another position group that's going to have to play really well. And hopefully Terrell Austin can get them set up in a little bit more of an eccentric scheme, in my opinion, is those inside linebackers. And they are not only going to have to guard against the run and be able to come downhill there and fill their gap assignments, but they are going to have to be very, very stout in that pass game with Brock Bowers being on the opposite side of the field. When Brock Bowers is able to start really working that middle, I think the Steelers could find themselves in real, real trouble. But I think what proves to be very, very valuable today for the Steelers is the addition of a Peyton Wilson, a guy with speed that hopefully they rely on to utilize in that pass coverage of Brock Bowers. I think that could really help out. And I'm not saying you leave him alone with Brock Bowers, because I think Brock Bowers could eat him up. I think maybe sometimes you drop that safety in there, or, use one of the other linebackers to kind of pass him off a little bit. But you really have to be able to control a Brock Bowers. And I think you're going to have to use the defensive linebackers to really, or the inside linebackers to really help aid in that task. It has to be done. And if you're the Steelers, you can't allow this quarterback to come out there and get in rhythm, man. That is one of the biggest things. That is the most elementary thing for any defense to slow any offense. That is to not allow a quarterback to get into rhythm, and that has to be really, really first and foremost for the Steelers this week. Also, not allowing those running backs to get out of the backfield and create chaos, because I think with those running backs and their versatility getting in and out of the backfield, their ability to run in between the tackles, I think Brock Bowers now becomes even more dangerous, because you have to come downhill on the run game, and you also have to be able to be effective covering those guys out of the backfield. In my opinion, I really think the Raiders could be a quite dangerous team if they were able to have their pieces and Devontae Adams out there and figure out this quarterback situation, because I think they have athletes. I think they have the potential to do it. It's just very spotty right now, and they do not have any sort of consistency. James Bauman, how can we always count on Tomlin what the fuck moment? Yeah, you can always count on that. Challenger 16, I root for Baker out of spite because I hate the Browns. TC, let's go, Jay. Come on, waiting till 4 p.m. sucks. Absolutely. Time to see if Cam Hayward gets back to 100%. Yeah, man. This is a big week for him. I know waiting till 4 p.m. does suck. I usually hate having a late game, but whenever I have sports to coach on Sundays, it is so nice to have it late, because usually our games are in the morning time, like 11, 12, 1. We're the B team. So we have an A team also in our team. So we have different age groups of kids. And we always play before the A team, so we usually get out of there a little earlier. So yeah, definitely. What did my son today? He had three. He scored three touchdowns, but two of them got called back. He did one of them counted, and he scored two extra points. Yeah, like four catches, some rushing yards, and he had a few tackles on defense. So he had a good game. Steelers Nation 412. Can't imagine you losing three straight today. We got the Raiders' numbers. Statistically, Raiders are hurt, just can't play, down to very poor quarterbacks. Tomlin loses to a lot. This game comes down to no mistakes. Actually, if you look into numbers, he doesn't lose to teams that they should beat. Not as much as people think. It just what happens is Steelers Nation 412 is they happen in such big moments and moments that just stick out so bad in your head, because they're losses to teams that you're like, shit, like why? What in the hell? Why that happened? And that's why they stick out. He actually has quite a good record against teams that he's supposed to beat, but sadly, the ones that he does lose are just heartbreaking, and they stick out, and they do become Tomlin type losses. You expect teams, and I agree that you expect teams to be perfect against teams that they should beat. Man, I get so upset. Last week, even with my kids, when we had a game, we jumped out to a team early. Jumped out 14-0, cranking, just starting to get moving. And all of a sudden, we just allow them to come back. And it's like, this is a team that you should wax. And you've allowed them to hang around and ended up winning the game 21-15 after giving up a safety, which is safety I'll call on me because I called a wrong play. Yeah. So, yeah, you can't let teams hang around that you should beat. Sorry, I keep bouncing this around, guys. I'm going to put it back on my tripod. I don't know why I have it on this stupid little light. Oh, I can't imagine losing three straight too. That'd be tough. TC 10-4. 10-4. We play games on Saturdays here in North Carolina. My son is in the trenches. He's a menace on defense. 2 QB pressures and a forced fumble yesterday. Love it. Awesome, man. Tell him congratulations from me, man. Good win, 32-6. Tell him congratulations, and I value more than anything the guys in the trenches, guys. I value more than anything defensive line, offensive line. I think they are the key cog to any football team, above the running backs, above the quarterback, everything. I think if the trenches don't go, nobody goes. And that is a fact, Jack. No one wants to believe that, but that is the facts of football. The offensive line, defensive front, they have to be good every week. They can't afford to have off weeks because it's too hard as an offensive coordinator to scheme up around an offensive line that allows super pressure, that plays absolutely horrible. You can't allow, it's too hard to overcome. And I'm doing that kind of right now. And I'm not going to call my kids horrible because they're not. They're just not getting the job done the way that it needs to be done. And the pressure that's in the backfield sometimes when we're trying to run up the middle is immense. And sometimes the running backs are getting hit in the backfield like soon as the handoff hits them. And that can't happen. You know what I mean? But I've schemed it up to where we're attacking the edges. We're throwing the ball to the outside. We're running to the edges. And that's all in trying to compensate for line play. But you can't always do that, especially at the NFL level. You can't always do that because you can't be predictable. And it's a really tough situation to overcome. So hopefully both sides of the football today for the Steelers, offense and defense, the trenches are secure. The trenches are really hunkered down because it's going to be needed. What's up, Big Sean? You guys see that game last night? What a game. I don't even know what game you're talking about, brother. I didn't see any games. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Hey, what's up, Daniel Barry? Been up since 5 a.m. That's good for you, brother. I've been up since 6. Yeah, we had to be at the game at 9 to start warming up. So we left the house at like 8 something, like 8:10. Went and got coffee and ended up being there at 8:57, which is usually not me. Oh, I didn't know they even played, buddy. I don't watch that stuff. Sorry, I didn't know, Sean. I didn't watch them. I heard about it, though. I saw it was tight. I heard Ohio State lost. But I never watched college. Pitt, though, is 6-0 for the first time since, I believe, 1985. The Pittsburgh Panthers held on yesterday against Cal late. That was a very close ball game. I did watch bits and pieces of that. The town I live in Morgantown, they're fanatics over WVU, and it's a team that's never good. So I don't even know why they're fanatics over a team that absolutely sucks ass. But it is what it is. I'm trying to look for these inactives, man. Let's see. Inactive report for Sunday's Week 6 games. Let's see if it came out here. Let's see. That's the Bears. Let's see if we can find the Steelers. Colts, Titans, Chargers, Broncos. Here's Steelers. All right, here we go, guys, with the inactives for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But first, we've been almost going for about 26 minutes here on Steel City Live and our live Steelers pregame show here in Week 6. Make sure you're smashing that like button. I want to see those likes go up. More viewers and likes, we got to even it up. Let's get more viewers and more likes. So make sure you're hitting that like button for us here. I'm your host, Jason, here on Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, sharing, doing all that good stuff to help us build our community and help us reach our 4,000 subscriber goal. We only need about 490 or so. So let's get those last 490 to hit that 4,000 subscriber mark here on the channel. Let's go over the inactives for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. And this is going to hurt you. Quarterback Cal Allen is relegated to the third string emergency, so that's not hurt or anything. Safety, Dermonte Casey. I don't like that. Linebacker, Nick Herbig, out. Linebacker, Alex Highsmith, out. Offensive guard, Max Sherping, out. Tight end, McCole Pruitt, out. And for the, third or second straight week in a row, Cordell Patterson, out. Running back, kick returner. So it seems as which we will see Roman Wilson today. Let's just double check. Yeah, it looks like we are going to see him, guys. We'll see here. Steelers. Let's see if we can get this shit to be brought up. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this done. It's such a pain in the ass, man. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's get back to the chat. Sean, Ohio State Buckeyes, TC. Pittsburgh O-line does have a lot of injuries, but what does the depth look like? The depth looks okay. There's a lot of scheme issues with that offensive line on top of injuries. There is a lot of scheme issues just in general with the Steelers offensively that they really got to start fixing up, guys. And we can't just sit here and only blame players, man, because that's not the case. I coach football at a very, very low level, but it's not always the players because I mess up a lot of times. And I know when I mess up, I know what it looks like on the field. And I can tell that these coaches are messing up. They do have some accountability for this. It's not all their fault, but man, they are playing big role in not being good. They're looking okay, man. They're young guys, and it's to be expected, TC. You know, an offensive lineman really needs 3-4 years to really become good. I hope Warren plays today. We need him. I think that may be the case, man. I'm trying to get the rosters up if I can. It's very hard to do sometimes. Tune in stats highlights. Nah, and I don't want to sit here and just look at a computer screen while I'm trying to talk to you guys. But it appears he wasn't on the inactive list. Hey, fellow Steelers fans downtown. What's up? Sean finally get to see the rookie. All right. Yeah, I'm pumped about that. I hope so. Any confirmation on AB trying to come back to Pittsburgh? He posted on Twitter and X that he'd be back. Don't know what you think about him. I find no merit in anything that Antonio Brown says in terms of making a return to the NFL. I just don't see it happening, man. Once you're out a couple years, it's very, very difficult to come back. So I don't put any stock into it, and I think he's a real nut job and a nut case. So I wouldn't invite that into my locker room no matter how good you are. John Broadway, plug whomever we can and hope for the win. That's it. Steelers 06. Antonio Brown may be coming to Pittsburgh, but not to play with the Steelers. Yeah, no shit. TC, ain't no way AB ever comes back. What's up, Slick Nick? Obi-Wan. His tweet was about him being with the Steel Here pod. Terrible tailgate at the game along with Lev Bell. Oh, there you go. Nick answered you. I didn't see it, guys. I don't pay attention to much. I'll tweet during the game and shit. But I don't get into, I just don't, I don't browse Twitter. I just don't. So when people say stuff, I only really hear about it if it makes like headline news. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. If you have any score predictions, you can throw them in there. If you need any things that you want to have discussed, put that in the chat also. I truly, truly appreciate it. And we're going to get back to Steelers. What outside linebackers are playing today? So you're probably going to have guys like Jeremiah Moon, I think Leal wasn't listed on that inactive list, so he will be probably playing. Yeah, Leal wasn't on there, so he'll be playing. Let's continue to go. I'm trying to get through here to this injury list, so just to make sure again. You got to scroll through a bunch sometimes. Like I said, sometimes it's very hard for me to find stuff when I'm trying to talk to you. Yeah, like Minka was, Nick Herbig hamstring did not participate, so he's out. Growing Alex Highsmith out. Dermonte Casey did not participate. Let's continue. Russell Wilson, full participant. Isaac Samuel, full participant. Jaylen Warren, full participant. So you are going to get to see the return of Jaylen Warren today. I knew that, but I wanted to make sure. I saw that actually Friday evening. I saw that it was coming back and put a tweet out that he was coming back, but I just wanted to make sure that they didn't get him out of there. Let me get back to this. All right. Lev Bell's dog died this morning at a local vet, and he stayed there for an extra 40 minutes to sign autographs and take pictures. That's cool. That's cool, Lev Bell. Sorry his dog died, man. That's always shitty. We need a legit wide receiver, but not him. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Steelers 06, what outside linebackers? We did that. Tomlin special. I hope there is no Tomlin special today. I hope that isn't the case, guys. And I'm telling you, I'm really, really, truly fearful, guys, of the potential of what could happen today in terms of the quarterback situation, in terms of the possibility of falling to 3-3. Today's going to be either really, really good or a complete disaster, guys. If the Steelers fall to 3-3, the position that they now find themselves in is not a good one. And if the Steelers bench Justin Fields during this game, now the quarterback situation becomes very, very hairy. And it's not a good thing to have a big quarterback controversy. The best thing for the Steelers today is this. Justin Fields plays lights out and puts any doubt of who should be the starter next week. That way that there isn't questions from the media all week long. Now that Justin Fields maybe didn't play as exactly the way that you may have planned, Mike, do you plan on starting Russell Wilson for week 7? You don't want to spend all week doing that. You just don't. You don't want to do it. And honestly, guys, that derails a season. Once you get all those issues and all those problems brewing inside of a locker room, it is very tough to get it back on track, guys. Very, very tough. John Broadway downtown says this game is going to answer questions about Tomlin can or cannot do. I think it answers a lot of questions about Tomlin that we have already known a lot of the time to be the answer. And that is Mike Tomlin sometimes doesn't get it done against inferior opponents. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes. And is Mike going to come out conservative yet again? That's going to be the real question today. Is Mike going to come out again handcuffing Justin Fields? Is Mike going to continue to hold this team back offensively? And I'm sorry he is. Now that you have Jalen Warren back at your disposal, are you going to finally be able to run the zone run scheme of Arthur Smith that Najee Harris just can't do, guys? He just can't. And that it's just not his style. Is the wide receiver room going to be better maybe with the addition of a couple more fresh sets of legs? Maybe Roman Wilson gets involved a little bit. Perhaps. I feel like today you're going to get some questions answered. For IR is full. Yeah, that's the only roster part of the roster that's full is the IR, TC. John Broadway, Steelers win, but let's be conservative. 18-13, that's from downtown John Broadway. Downtown. That's how I write you down. Downtown. Steelers 06. Is Patterson playing today with his ankle? He seems to be running the ball the best until we got injured. No, he is out today. He is still out for yet another week. TC, any chance Tomlin screws up enough to have Arthur Smith take over? No, not in the city of Pittsburgh. That does not happen. I can guarantee you with everything I have that will never happen. Not in the middle of the season. The Steelers would never do a coaching change like that. 20-17 from Sean. So Sean is 20-17. TD is 20-17. TC hopes so, but can't help but see Fields not read a defense. I beg to differ. I thought he's read the defense as well. I've thought that he has made major strides in that. Is he perfect at it? No. Is he to the level he needs to be at? No. But compared to what he has been throughout his NFL career up until now, I think that he has definitely improved in that area. I think he has definitely improved in his ability to read the defenses in terms of coverage whenever he's got to make a throw. Where I think Justin Fields has to be able to grow is by the Steelers coaching staff giving him a little liberty in order to change plays. I think that has to be something that is expanded on. And I don't think that is incorporated enough into the Steelers offense. And let's face it, guys, at the NFL level, you can't have that type of elementary shit going on with your quarterback. Sean, I bet you Mike has them play conservatively again. I hope not, man. Downtown TC, dude, the Roonies are not. Oh, he's talking about that. I agree. Fields is struggled in anticipation. Yeah, I think his anticipation still needs a little bit of work, for sure. But it's not horrible. I think it's better than what it was in Chicago. I'm gauging what I've seen. You know what I mean, guys? I'm gauging Justin right now off of what he did prior to his time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we all have to admit, if you watch both tapes, you got to give the kid credit a little bit. He's definitely improved. Is he where he needs to be? Absolutely not. Don't take me out of context there, guys. He absolutely not. He definitely has a ton of room to get better. And that's a good thing because I think he can get there. But I think also, too, guys, we have to understand the system in which he's playing. We have to understand the concepts, what they're running, and what limitations that puts on Justin also. Every variable has to be taken into consideration. You can't take everything just at face value. You have to do a little digging sometimes to really understand like every little intricacy, and maybe, that changes your thoughts a little bit. Joe's not too confident. I'm not too confident either, man. I have been the last 2 weeks, and it's got me in trouble. Mr. Malone, my hot take is that Jalen is way better than Najee. That's not a hot take. That's a reality. In this system, Jalen is better than Najee. And Jalen hasn't played all season but a couple snaps. And I'm saying that because it's truthful. Because in a zone run scheme, you have to play a different style football. You have to be able to alter your speed, change pace very quickly in a zone run. It has to be done, and Najee doesn't have that type of acceleration and burst where Jalen does. You saw that with Patterson when he was in there. The reason why he was more successful was because he has the ability to change pace. He has the ability to see something and hit it at a significantly higher rate of speed than Najee Harris. Najee Harris is a more downhill type runner. Let's just face the facts. And sometimes he doesn't even do that well when he tries to hurdle people and jump in the air and spin around and act like a lunatic. Run a damn football and be good at what you're good at, man. And sometimes he plays out of character. All right, guys, we're about 40 minutes into the show here on our live Steelers pregame show here ahead of Week 6 against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button. Make sure you're sharing and liking the show. Appreciate the super chat from Biz. That's really cool. Appreciate that so much. So let's continue through the show. Steelers 06. 31-16 from Steelers 06. Guys, I will change the camera view for the next show. It won't be on this bouncy thing. Najee is a fullback. That's from Joe Vlogs. TC, he may be improving, but it's too little too late. By the time he figures it out, the receivers are covered again. I don't know if I'm agreeing with that, guys. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen sometimes, but I'm not agreeing that that's a consistent thing. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. Epic Expedition Fields has made improvements for sure since he came from Chicago. Yeah, but and honestly, guys, I'm not saying that he's done enough because I don't think he has. He got to do a little bit more. He's got to continue to grow. No doubt about it. Steelers 06. Steelers offensive line is terrible this season. Steelers play best when Warren and Harris are both splitting touches. Well, yeah, definitely Steelers 06. I think you're right there because they are able to do what I was just talking about, change pace. But you're running in a different type of running scheme now with Najee Harris. And I just don't know if he fits, guys. And I think the Steelers understood that when they signed Arthur Smith to a 3-year deal. That's why they didn't pick up Najee. Why? Because they weren't sure either whether or not he was going to be able to handle the zone run scheme. Let's see what Pickens we get today. Yeah, are we going to get a Pickens that is ultra focused, laser focused, really ready to go, or what? John Broadway, are Yins not watching the games? How do you think or even believe that we'd score more than 21 as to Yins thinking above 25? Seriously, name that last game Tomlin would do this. It was last year. I believe that was the last time they scored above 25. At the end of the year when Mason came in and actually gave NFL quarterback play. I think they can score over 25 points. I'm not saying that they can do it consistently, but I think they can. Harris is looking like Benny Snell this season, or worse. Or worse. TC, sadly, we don't have anyone extending their routes to get open to help the quarterback out. Kyle Allen came in last week for 2 plays and threw right down the middle, something Fields couldn't or wouldn't do. I've seen him throw down the middle, though, this year. We saw him throw down the middle against the Chargers and spring Calvin Austin for a long touchdown. We saw him throw down the middle to Pat Freiermuth in that game. Every game ain't going to be perfect for everyone either. You know what I mean? But definitely he can. It's definitely a touchy subject, TC, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying maybe we're not either one of us are fully right, maybe, you know. What's up, Tyler? Colin Smith, Dante Jackson looks sloppy in the Dallas game, needs a major step up from him. Yeah, Colin, and otherwise, though, he's played pretty decent this whole season. That's one good thing, that Dante Jackson has been pretty consistent through 5 weeks. Again, guys, every week isn't going to be the best game everyone's ever played, but that's why this is the ultimate team sport. Because when some people maybe falter a little bit, the other parts of the team pick it up. And that's what you have to rely on as a team, as a football team. Other players helping you out whenever maybe you yourself aren't having a good game or the best game that you've played all season. But that's how it works, man. All right, guys, let's see what time it is. It's 3:18, so I'm going to go get ready, take some food, and get some things ready for that. We ate at Olive Garden on the way home, but I'm going to get some things ready for the Steelers kickoff at 4:05. We will be back. Sean, do you want to join, or do you got to work? Let me know. I'm going to wait for Sean for a second. TD says, I'm worried about Bowers in the game. Oh, Sean's out, guys. It'll just be me, bro. I'll be flying solo. Flying solo, but that's okay. All right, guys. We will be back here this evening. 4:05 Central. 4:05 Eastern Standard Time for the Steelers Raiders game today. I'm not sure exactly what time that is Central Time, but it's 4:05 Eastern Time for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Raiders Week 6 matchup. So I'll be back post game, guys. I'll be back about 15 minutes after the game concludes. I'll set the show up a little bit before the game ends, and that way it will be ready to roll, and then we will jump in and have a live reaction to the Steelers Raiders Week 6 matchup. And again, thank you all for joining us here on Mike Drop Sports and our live Steelers pregame show. So until after what is hopefully a big Pittsburgh Steelers win and hopefully a team moving to 4-2 as opposed to 3-3. 3-3 just sounds so bad, guys. 4-2 sounds so good. All right, guys, we'll see you then. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that good shit. Until later today. Peace. Thank you, guys.